Hi, my name's James and welcome to Get Good at Golf. In today's video, I'm going to help you get good at par 3s. Now, I see so many problems with par 3s when playing in pro-ams, when playing with partners, and also when teaching golfers. One of the big problems is how high do I tee up the golf ball? Obviously with a driver, we all know we want half the ball over the equator of that driver because we're going to hit the ball on the up. That's going to help us lower the spin, get more ball speed and generally hit it a long way. Now, the issue with that with an iron, as you can see with this first tee, is generally that's sat far too high. Guys, I have seen this before when playing with people as well. So if I try to hit this ball, you can see there I've got straight under it. That's come off the very top of the club head and it's only gone about 50 or 60 yards. Now, generally you don't see that too often, but I do see it, so I wanted to address it in this video. What you see more of is this second tee. So it's still teed up very high. If this was a castle tee, it might be a yellow tee, so it's just up probably what should be for a fairway wood. With an iron, I want to hit down on the ball. There's loads of loft on this club. I am using 8 iron in this video. There is always going to be plenty of loft on this 8 iron depending what set you use. Even if you use power bats that are very strong lofted, it's still going to have around 30 odd degrees of loft on it. So if I try and hit this ball now, generally what's going to happen is the club head is going to overtake the hands because I'm trying to flick it off the tee. This is something you see people do who are nervous playing golf. If you're playing a match play situation and someone tees a ball like this with an iron, either they've not played much golf in their life or they're very nervous and just want to pick the golf ball off the top. You can see I've tried to do that and actually shanked it over onto the right hand fairway. This is something that you see quite often because the hands get far too active in the golf swing. You see guys, if that tee height is just a little bit too high, generally what that's going to mean is that your club head overtakes the hands. Now you saw there that means the ball might well go left because the club is rotating too quickly through impact, and if the shaft's leaning backwards, guess what's happening to that loft dynamically? You are adding degrees of loft, which means the ball is going to go higher. It's not going to be as penetrating through the air. It's not going to go as far. All of a sudden, that 8 iron, which we're trying to dynamically turn into a 7 or even a 6 iron, like the best ball strikers in the world, is turning more into a 9 iron or a pitching wedge. And the last thing we want to do is turn an 8 iron into a pitching wedge because we want to hit the ball as far as physically possible. We also want to make sure that we're hitting the ball nice and straight, and we do that by the club face staying as square to the ball as possible and a little bit of forward shaft lean. You can see that club is now dynamically de-lofted, and if the ball is teed up too high, we can't do that because we're generally going to pick it off the tee. Now what happens if you have the correct tee height, like this one? If I tee the ball up correctly, which is this third tee that's here, I've just got it over the surface of the turf. So I'm going to try and hit just a normal iron shot, and that means I'm going to load up into the right hand side of my body. I'm going to rotate into the left side for impact. The weight's going to be on the left side, my hips has rotated, that handle's forward and the shaft is also leaning forward. That means I'm going to hit golf ball then turf. That's going to help me pressure the shot and hopefully it's going to help me hit a nice high cut to the right hand side. Now often I see people who think, you know what, I'm not going to even bother teeing it up, which is what we see here. Now I have a problem with that because teeing a golf ball up is a slight advantage. You're definitely giving yourself the best lie possible. So if you don't tee the golf ball up, you might have a nice crisp lie from a fairway, but you're still not giving yourself that advantage of having the ball on the perfect 100% lie. So in order to hit this shot well now, I need to give it the perfect swing, the perfect strike. It's just giving me a little bit less of a percentage chance of hitting the green, although I have hit that incredibly well. Guys, that is how high you should tee up a golf ball. Generally, you want to make sure it's a nice short tee height. You're still going to compress the ball into the turf. You're still going to use the dynamic loft on this club, get the handle forward, get the shaft leaning forward and hit nice, straight, long flights. Guys, thank you so much for watching. I've been James. This has been Get Good at Golf, and we'll see you at the same time tomorrow. Bye.